Just over a year ago, in October of 2022, we launched the Strat-o-timer GMT on pre-order, and it was a big deal for not only the Jack Mason brand, but for the watch industry as a whole. We were one of the first to market housing the Miyota 9075 Travelers GMT movement. So the purpose of this video is to look back and revisit the story, see what type of impact it has made for Jack Mason, as well as reviewing how the watch and movement has held up so far. Spoiler alert, it's been awesome. For those of you who joined our community recently or are just now hearing about the Strat-o-timer, I'll give you a brief overview of the genesis of this watch. Back in the summer of 2022, I was having a meeting with my friends at Miyota when they unveiled the game-changing movement 9075 True or Travelers GMT caliber. At the time, they were extremely selective on who they wanted to partner with to launch this movement, and to some degree are still selective even today. Understanding what I literally had in my hand, I knew that this was one of those moments when a lucky opportunity falls into your lap, and I had the responsibility to do right by it. I had to create a watch that changed the watch game. You see, prior to 9075, you had to pay thousands of dollars to get into a Travelers GMT movement. And for most people, that was just unrealistic. Not only that, we also discovered that those who do own a Rolex Master 2 had some apprehension about traveling with it. So this new Miyota movement not only brought an independent jump hour function to a more attainable price, it also served as a great alternative option to travel with for those who do own the Master 2. So given all that context, I hit the drawing board the next day, and the team got right to work on introducing one of the first game-changing GMTs on the market. Our main design objective was to create something that was familiar and approachable, but also had all the details and original design elements that made this an instant icon for Jack Mason. We spent many hours researching exactly what it was that an enthusiast community not only wanted in a watch, but also a GMT. This was going to be a watch that was indirectly put together by the community based on their wants and needs. So we thought, what better way to do this than to share the entire design process? We started a YouTube series called Design to Watch that had 9 episodes starting from the initial sketch to the first look of the physical sample. It was a way for you to look at my thought process on how a design comes together, as well as the steps it takes to go from concept to finished product. You can catch that entire series in the link below. Each week, we released a new episode that led all the way up to our launch event that we hosted in our Dallas showroom, where we invited several YouTubers as well as our local customers to celebrate this new watch. We had guys like Mark from Average Bros and Shane from Relative Time give a live review of the product in front of our guests, which really created this incredible experience for everyone involved. Shortly after this event, the team headed to New York City to attend Wind Up Watch Fair to officially launch the Strat-o-timer in person in conjunction with our website release. The response was truly remarkable. We sold out of all 500 pre-order units before shipping a single watch, which was something we've never achieved as a company. Needless to say, the Strat-o-timer changed the company in an incredible way, and it opened the doors to an exciting future for the Jack Mason brand. It set a new standard for the brand in the way we design and make watches. And we've already begun building upon this success with brand new product coming down the pipeline for 2024. The Strat-o-timer also changed the game for the watch industry. For the first time, the enthusiast community was able to get their hands on a Travelers GMT watch for under $1,000 that had all the features you could want in a watch. This opened the doors to other brands to participate in bringing a variety of designs utilizing the 9075 movement, and I believe that this is a wonderful thing. I've become pretty good friends with other microbrand owners, and it's pretty special when you can root for each other and share the common goal of lifting the microbrand space as a whole to offer a compelling package for enthusiasts of any level. With over 1,200 Strat-o-timers on wrists out there, let's take a quick look at what people have been saying about the watch and what their wearing experience has been like. The Strat-o-timer features the 9075 movement that features a local jump hour function, a useful tool for when you are traveling across time zones. It measures 40 millimeters in case size with a lug-to-lug dimension of 47 millimeters. The case thickness sits right at 13 millimeters, including the beautiful boxed sapphire crystal, and is 11.2 millimeters without the crystal. When you combine all these dimensions together, along with the soft curvature of the case, it makes for an extremely comfortable daily wear watch. The dial features finely detailed dual finish indices that are generously filled with grade A superluminova. The bezel features a sapphire insert with a 48-click bidirectional action. When you turn the watch over, you are faced with yet another piece of sapphire on the exhibition caseback that displays the beautiful 9075 movement with a custom Jack Mason rotor. The movement is also regulated in-house to an accuracy of ±5 seconds per day, making the watch comparable to watches that may cost 5 times as much. The bracelet is perhaps one of the best parts of the watch. With 7 links spanning across the 20mm to 16mm taper, the bracelet articulates perfectly with very tight tolerances so you don't get that cheap jingle sound. As if that wasn't enough, we also engineered a toolless micro-adjusting clasp that simply glides across the available notches so that you're able to find the absolute perfect fit. In the closed position, the clasp is still very slim against the wrist, even with all of that inside. For those of you wondering how the movement has held up now that it's been out in the market for a year, I can confidently report that it's held up very well. The regulated movements have been extremely consistent and stayed very accurate. The jump hour function continues to stay sharp without any issues, which is extremely impressive for a brand new complication. The 9000 series Miyota movements remain to be one of the most reliable movements out there, including the Swiss-made ones. I think it was a brilliant move on Miyota's behalf to build the GMT complication on top of the platform to get out there and give the Swiss a run for their money. Many of our customers are ones who already own a Rolex Master 2, and the Strat-o-timer has stolen more of their wrist time due to its identical functionality and level of build and finishing it has. For me, aside from the success the watch has had for the brand, the most important and most fulfilling accomplishment we've felt at Jack Mason is the community that we've built. We've met incredible people along the way, many of whom we've grown to be really great friends with. We've received an unbelievable amount of support from you through words and interactions, and it's changed the way I approach work every day. While the success of the watch has been wonderful, the true result of building the community is what drives us at Jack Mason. So as the owner of the brand, I want to say thank you, and that our successes are your successes, and I vow to continue to design the best product possible and continue to foster one of the best communities out there. Thanks, y'all.